Okay, so here's your Rick Riordan verse tutorial. You're propped up on my shoe, so you know, high budget. So, the Riordan verse is a series, is a universe of whatever 19 plus 3 is. It's a verse of that many books. So, getting into some big stuff here. I have the first series in the verse. This beautiful series, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. This is what you read first because it was written first. Okay. So first we have, no, wait, wrong book. The Lightning Thief. This beauty. It's the first book Rick Riordan has written. I mean, it's his first one, so there's always room for improvement, but it gets much better. Then we have Sea of Monsters. It's about 100 pages thinner than this one. Second book. It is considerably worse, but still good. Okay, so, yeah. Right. Then we have the third book. We have The Titan's Curse. This one is so good. So good. Thalia. So good. So, we're improving. Then we have The Battle of the Labyrinth. So good. So good. So good. Then Percy Jackson and The Last Olympian. Just the last. So good. So good. So good. But, as I've said before, there's room for improvement because then we get this wonderful book right here. Oh, this wonderful book right here, The Lost Hero. Now, here we get the introduction to Rick Riordan's best series, Heroes of Olympus. It's so good. I have all the characters. I have a shrine to all the characters up on my wall. I just tripped over a pole. I have a shrine to all the characters in this series on my wall. Yeah. So we have the Lost Hero. Now, technically, the Kane Chronicles were written before the Heroes of Olympus was, but you see, I haven't read the Kane Chronicles. Henry has called me a fake fan before, but we're not going to talk about that because these books have nothing to do with the riordanverse, the rest of it. So we're not going to talk about the fact that I haven't read them, okay? So we put that one back on the to be read shelf. Lost Hero. Heroes of Olympus. This one's great. Okay. Anyway, my shelf's falling apart, so excuse me while I put them back on my shelf. So, Mr. Rick's books take up a good 45% of my bookshelf, I would say. So, we're going to have to periodically put books back on because or else everything will go everywhere. So, Son of Neptune. I would say this is about the same good as The Lost Hero, and it has Percy in it, so you know. My man Percy, saving everything right there in the middle of Alaska. So good. And then we have The Mark of Athena, which is Mr. Rick's second best book. So thick, so good. Finally get to see from Annabeth. So good. And then we have my favorite book of all time ever to exist, ever. The House of Hades. My everything. The House of Hades. And then, I'm guessing, okay, we'll leave that there. And then we go into a very sad period of time. There we go. Very sad period of time because the blood of Olympus. Rick, this isn't great. And it broke my heart, and it wasn't even a good book. So, you know. Upsetting. Okay, I just had a brain fart. The next book Mr. Rick wrote was Magnus Chase and the Sword of Summer. Now, this has nothing to do with the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles. That's the Percy Jackson series and the Heroes of Olympus series and the Trials of Apollo series, which we will talk about later. But next comes Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, which focuses on Norse mythology. Now, this is a good book, and Annabeth is in it, so read book. Okay? Read book. Okay. Now, next we have The Hammer of Thor, the sequel to The Sword of Summer. Also, good book. Read book. Okay. And last in the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard series, we have Ship of the Day. I spilled water on this book, so it's a bit swollen and puffy. But it's a great book. Alex Fierro makes no sense, and it's a great book. So read, okay? Then we have The Trials of Apollo. Where's the first book? Okay. Hidden Oracle. I would say Trials of Apollo is not as good as Heroes of Olympus. Or maybe even Magnus Chase. It's a bit repetitive. This isn't, the Trials of Apollo has a lot of not so great books, but it clears up a lot of things. So, you know, you're already this far and you might as well read it. So, The Hidden Oracle is one of the better books in the Trials of Apollo series. Then, we have the one and only Dark Prophecy. Now, this book has a very interesting cover, right? I would like you to take any number of guesses on what is happening on this cover. I want to know. I want to know what you think is going on. Get a good look. Okay, so something cool about the Dark Prophecy is that it takes place in Indianapolis. So, you know, that's a plus when all the other books take place in New York or California or where's Rome? Oh, Italy. Indianapolis. They have a scene in the zoo. In the Indianapolis Zoo, and they go on the train ride and they look for tater tots, and it's so good. I'm gonna find the way station when I have a car. I'm gonna go on a search for the way station. Okay? Anyways. Then Then the Burning Maze happens, right? No, I wouldn't say the Burning Maze is great. But it's part of the series, so you have to read it. Then we have the Tyrant's Tomb. It's not so great either, but it's in the series, so you have to read it. Also, you have Raina. So, you know. And then last but not least, you have the Tower of Nero, the best book in the Trials of Apollo series. It is perfect. It is going. It never slows down. Has a great scene where Will Solace is called a lamp, and they have to wear hats, and Will Solace gets a lampshade instead of a hat. So funny. And then we have, oh, Shadow and Bone fell down. Oh no. And then we have Daughter of the Deep, Rick's most recent publishment. This has nothing to do with mythologies, or Percy, or Annabeth. But it's Rick's latest book, so I mean, you have to read it. And I'm pretty sure you already have it, so you know, read the book. Anyways, this book is pretty long. I might actually have to post it to YouTube to get you to watch it, so, you know. Bye. Read it in a month. Read all those books in a month, please.